Now, I'll tell you something, and I've never noticed before. You know, a lot of people will get a cruiser and build a bobber, and I've seen them built out of Yamaha XVS is the most popular. Your Triumph bobber, you can actually buy a bobber, you know, it's all done. But you see this? Suzuki Boulevard C50. You could make that into a bobber quite easily. Well, the seat's over there, but if you put the seat on, it'll bring it up a wee bit. You know, a wee short mudguard here with a light on it, and wee indicators at each side. A decent set of pipes, so it's got a nice tone to it, deeper tone, but not loud. And you could sell the original pipes off it, or keep it for the next roadie. Get rid of these stupid handlebars, put a wee set of risers on, maybe an inch, and then nice straight bars across there, and that would be the most awesome cruiser you'll have ever seen. Going to have a wee look at this cruiser today. I'm going to try and fix this back wing out. There's a wee hole under here. There's this wire hanging here which traces back to the battery. So it must have been, I reckon whoever had it's had an auxiliary at the back here somewhere maybe. Anyway, I'm going to take that off because I don't like all these extra things. There is one here. There's one here that goes up the front. That's going to get cut off anyway. I'll do another one. Somebody coming in my driveway. Goodness. I understand these people who think it's okay just to fly up into your driveway to do a U-turn. Cheeky bastards. Anyway, I'll go and get this done. So for this back one, I'll just cut this off. And is it here? And here. And I'll remove that. Gone. So I'm taking off the back mudguard, because it's all got to be bolted on. It was just more or less sitting there. So what I do is take these back panels off, these back mounts off. Jesus Christ. Ugh. And I'll bolt them onto the mudguard. I need to get bolts for that because there's bolts missing off it. I'll bolt these back onto the mudguard and then bolt the whole thing back in place. Plug the wire in, and that's that done. Now, one of the main reasons I wanted to take these off, and I'll show you here, is the rusting. This one's not so bad. This one a wee bit worse. It's slowly got rust coming on them, and I'll show you a good way to get rid of the rust. So these is a wee bit of steel wool. And just give it a light rub. And as you can see, it's taking all the rust off. So keep doing that until you remove it all, and then I'll show you the next part. So now that I've got these rubbed in with the what is it you call it? Steel wool. Sorry, my brain's not quite working this morning. Just need to give it a wee polish with some of this metal polish. It's good, this metal polish, it doesn't half shine it up. And I think it'll probably protect it as well. So that's them polished up, so it's just a matter of popping it off. I'll give it a quick wipe off just now, finish it off when it's back on the bike, because I'm going to get fingerprints on it anyway. Look at that. You would never believe they were the same ones. Rust eliminated. There's a couple of wee scuff marks here. I think there's been something back panniers on or something at one time, but that's okay. So that's them done just now. So I'll put them to the side, then I'll move on to the mudguard. So here's the mudguard unbolted. Now, as you can see, the original colour and faded colour. And that's probably because it's been sitting in the sun. So I'll buff this up, bring it back up. 3 bits here, there's not much I can do with that except touch it up. There's a bit on the other side that's got a wee hole. So I'll fiberglass this hole up. 3 bits needing touched up. Fiberglass this hole up, give it a buff up, and then we'll get the thing mounted back on. So I'm just thinking one way to fill this, to keep it level and smooth, is to get a bit of cardboard, a bit off the back there, stick it over the bit I want filled, tape it on, because it doesn't fall off, like that, nice and tight, for a nice flat surface, and then turn it over to the inside and fill this up with JB Weld, just as I'm about to do. So to mix up a wee bit JB Weld, just put in a blob of the grey stuff, equal proportion, and the black stuff are as equal as can be. Give it a wee mix. Now remember, this stuff sets quick, so whatever you mix it with, get it cleaned as quick as you can. There we go. Grab yourself a wee bit of cardboard, with a nice straight edge, and just smear it on the inside. So it sets really quick, so don't dilly dally. Get the first wee drop put on, like that. Now I'll need to mix up a wee bit more, just not mixed enough. Now, as that dries, I sort of got it well spread at the back there, so as it's over, not just in the hole but over the mudguard, so it'll grip to that, and the bit in the hole with the cardboard on the other side, it should be nice, level and smooth, or near enough anyway. Anyway, upwards and onwards, and on with the next job. So, as you can see with this, it's faded. The other side's like this, it's a beautiful shiny, but all this is faded. This is where the bracket's been, so it's been in the shade and kept its shine. This has just went completely dull. So I'm going to try and cut that and get it back to normal. So here we go. There we go. So it's bringing the shine back out. It's better than that dullness. So it is bringing it out, but it's never going to be 100%, I don't think. Pretty well faded, and that is like half the bike's like that as well. Anyway, I'll go in with this, I'll get it cut, and then we'll get it mounted onto the brackets and installed back on properly. Well, I kind of got stuck on the other side, so I went away to my favourite shop, Bunnings, and I bought a new set of bolts. 2 for this side, 2 for the other side. Now these are torque bolts, and what the problem was as well was the thread in this one it wasn't right, so I sort of drilled it a wee bit till I could screw this shoe, but there's a bolt to go in at the back of it, so I'll stick that on. That should hold it. So, and possibly the same with the back one as well, just to keep it all the same. So let's see if this goes in. I'll maybe get it on the thread first. But like I say, the thread's not that great, so I'll see if I can get it through to start with. Oh no, I was going to put a washer. Do I need a washer? No, not really. Just a wee crank up. And last but not least, I'll take this big one off. This one fits alright, but I'd rather have the same bolts. Have it looking kind of half decent. As if somebody's going to buy it, you don't want shit bolts in it. So let's get this mud guard on. Now, and then put the two each side on. That's it on. And typical me, I've dropped the bolt right down there somewhere, so I'll need to go and look for it, but that's that on. I'm just going to give this a polish up and it'll look fine. Check under the covers as well, and then I'll do oil filter and stuff like that. So we're getting there, slowly. Well, I'm defeated. I've got that many sockets. I bought some new ones, 18mm, to go down the hole to get that out, and they still won't go in. It's got to be a really thin edge to the socket, and I thought that was quite thin. Obviously not thin enough, so I'm going to have to go online, order myself a spark plug key specifically for this bike, and then once I get that done, I can go ahead and change the plugs. However, it's running fine just now, so what I might do is just get her started up, warm up a wee bit, and then get the oil changed, I think, because she's needing that. You know, I got that 18mm socket, and it says it's an 18mm spark plug, so I bought one that's super cheap, and it wouldn't fit. So I was looking in the forums, and it says you need the proper Suzuki spark plug removal spanner, which is an 18mm, but it's very thin, like thin walls on it to get down the hole. And I thought, ah, bugger. And then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm not going to be beaten. I'll fix this. And fix it I will. Going to take a wee while just shaving a bit off, so oh, you can feel the difference. I'll get back to you shortly. Well, let's see if this will fit in the hole. Here's hoping. I might have to come back and buff a wee bit more off, but that's no great hassle. That's hot. Well, I think it's worked. Still a bit tight in there. Trying to get it into the thing, but yeah. Plug's loose, and I'll just go and get my magnet. Hey, you know, they're not that bad, really. A bit black, a bit sooty, but I think that's a good enough excuse to put new plugs in it. I'll go and get the new one. So I'm putting in these Autolite, gaps all set, also ready to rock and roll. So let's see what they're like. You hate it when the plug sticks in there. There we go. Well, at least that worked. Happy with that. Now I'll go and get the other side done. Well, that's the spark plugs done. This side was a bit more difficult, but after all that palaver with sockets, I've got a Stanley set. If you've got an 11/16 long socket in your Stanley set, it fits. And it gets so much easier, even into this side. It's not a difficult job, you know, you can get in no problem. So, plug's done. Next, I'll need to get the bike warmed up. I'll just let it tick over for 10 minutes or so. And then we'll get the oil changed. Well, what do you think? It's looking lovely. So I've got to run in, new plugs in, and she sounds really good. So I'm just letting her heat up a bit and just making sure that the fan comes on for the radiator. Can't be far away. It's in here. I won't stick my fingers in. But that'll come on in a second, and then I'll get the oil changed. But yeah, she's looking good. And as if by magic, the fan comes on. Oh, it's just went off again. So that's working. Time for an oil change. Yeah, so I'm just going to change the oil and then take her for a wee road test. I think I've been lucky with this. She seems to be an alright bike. This is going to be hot. This is going to be awfully hot. Awfully hot. However, it's got to be done. Oh, bloody daddy long legs spider. Get out of my tub. Come on. There we go. Lovely. Just let that drain away. They're actually designed quite well because your sump plugs here, your oil filter's here, so I mean you can drain both at the same time. Into the same pot without spilling it all over the place. And if I can do that, then that'll be a first for me. Now that was a bloody nightmare, trying to get that oil filter off. You seen it? Whoever put that on cranked the friggin' thing up. You don't need to crank oil filters up like that. Hand tight, as tight as you can get by hand usually does it. If you want to be 100%, just a wee shufty with your tool. But that was cranked up so tight, and trying to get something on it to take it off as well, virtually impossible. And this is why I always go for, not sponsored or advertising them, but filters that have a nut in the top, like this one, or there's another famous filter that you can buy, performance filter, with a nut in the top, 17mm nut. You just screw it in behind, put your 17 socket and just get a wee bit, that's all, nothing much. And if it's tight on, at least you can get a socket on to take it off. So anyway, I'll go and put this on. This is quite easy because this is just up in here, the oil filter, drain plugs underneath. Easiest bike ever to give a service to. Anyway, I'll go away and put that on. And as always, clean the surface. A wee bit of oil in your finger, just to give that rubber ring a wee bit film of oil. And then pop that on. Now I can get that sort of hand tight-ish in there, but because it's so difficult to get to, I can get a 17 socket onto that and just give it a wee crank up. Oh Jesus Christ, what a noise. So, just been bleeding the brakes on the back, on the front I mean, the back, bloody hell. So that's everything done. I've done the oil change, a runner. She sounds fine. I've checked the oil level, pretty full. Yeah, so I'm just doing this. Let me get rid of that dirty old oil. Get rid of the engine oil, put it in a container, ready for disposing of, and then I think we'll go for a ride after that, and I can get this thing off of the lift. So here we go, the final road test. Well, the first road test. See what this bike's like. Now just to let you know, this bike's still got registration until February. So it's still registered on the road, which is good, but I'll take a test run. If it's okay, I'll get her away for a roadie.
And away he goes. So he's been working on this for quite a wee while now. He took a rest from the Vespa, and here he comes again. Looking super cool. So sounds good. Thought he would do this one because it was a quicker fix. Definitely smooth drive. So how was that?
That was good.
Uh-huh.
That was good. That's definitely a worthwhile buy. It's not cost me a lot, so yeah. Just a wee bit tidying up to do, a couple of wee bits and that'll be it. Anyway, that's it for me.
And that's it from me.
I'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
As Annette can't switch the bloody camera.